Hello everyone. It's been a few days since I posted my last video on this on the Kronos implementation. Yeah, it's just it's been back after 10 years off absent and busy with all sorts of bits and pieces. But I think now I've got some time. I just wanted to share with you what I've done in the past couple of days. Hopefully this might put some smile on some faces. Maybe upset people, I don't know, or care really. Yeah, anyway, it's I think it's a good thing to show you what I've done over the past 2 days. It's not much, but I think it's a good start. So just gonna power up the instrument now. And you'll see so right now the instrument stops here. Nothing is happening because this is basically booting into half the OS, as you can see, but this allows me to well, tap into the matrix and do all the wonderful stuff. Anyway, yeah, this is you've probably seen this in the last video of my pretty much a comeback, I would say. Yeah, so I think what you haven't seen is stuff that I can talk about now and show it with you. So let's look into this. So it's difficult to hold this thing and type on one hand. Right, so let's do it that way. So I just want to show you what's happening in here. Now we're starting up all the IMAP, AllMap device. And here, obviously, even though it says system start failed, but it's not really failed, really, it's going to start soon. And that's going to change the screen in a second. You'll see now. Yep, now it's coming up. It tapped, well, it finished tapping into the stuff, and now this guy is saying I am loading and I am starting up. So all in all, it all looks good so far. So now we have the OS, you know, I can do stuff to it whilst this is loading up and then doing all the wonderful stuff. So it's like I'm into the system halfway through, if that makes any sense. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but yeah, so far that means nothing to you. You might, this is the stage I was in at 10 years ago. I was literally here. I was doing stuff, but I wasn't doing much. Left it, and now I'm back. So I'm pretty much remembered a lot of stuff. Other bits and pieces. Let me just focus on that screen. It's gonna finish booting up soon before I, you know, focus on my. Let's just zoom out to this. Yep. So now the system has started. Come on. Yeah, as you can see, you've probably seen this, you know, a few times here and there, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing. But what I'd like to share with you and is the stuff I was asked by many people. I was asked years ago, and I am asked in the last video. Yeah, so basically they asked me about the screen replication between the two devices. So I think just to share what I've done so far, what we could do is sorry. just going into my assembly. So let me just focus the camera here, maybe better. Just gonna hold it, yeah, that's fine. And if I do Kronos to screen. This is the stuff that people ask me about. And I don't think anybody has done that before, ever. So this is the first thing to do. And here we go. So yeah, that, you may look at this thinking, probably a JPEG file or whatever you want to imagine. I can assure it's not a JPEG file. And I'll show you that in a second, in a preview. So this is the first phase. So now, as you can see, we have a screen to replicate the internal display to a external display. So now these are all balanced. This will take time to catch up, but this is now only a one snapshot of that. I just send the command to it, and it chucks the stuff back into me. So if I change the screen in here, as you can see now, the screen changed into the ground, but that's not changed yet. But if I run the command again, here, and I'm just going to back enter, and now you can see the stuff has, copied the screen across. In a second, I'll show you interactively here. Also, I can do all sorts of wonderful stuff to it. For example, if I wanted to inverse that, and I can show you that here, I click there. Now I'm running in an inverse mode. So if I go back into the set list in here and run the inverse again, I've got the inverted screen, which is white. But if I do the non-inverted screen, I get the normal one. You still may think it's JPEGs, it's all rehearsed, but now look at this. This is interesting. So if I start telling the system, actually, now tap into the system, hook up the interrupt, and map the buffer that way. Now you can see this live, and I think you'll like this. So if I go into, for example, if I click this button, that changes in here. If I click it there, that changes in there. If I go into the combi, it goes into the combi, right? If I do anything, basically, is all in here. Notice the colors aren't really good enough, because I'm actually working on something called the palette, something like I'll describe later. I might change the palette into a 24-bit color or 32-bit color. So this is all done. All I'm working on is the mapping and rasterization. So that's all working pretty much nicely done. So if I wanted to, let's see the value, for example, in here, I don't know, let's click this button here and increase, decrease. You see, it's not rehearsed because I am, as you can see, moving up, down. It's pretty nicely responsive. It's running pretty good. Clicking anything on the menu here, it's working. But the palette, you can see here, for example, the blues are reds, the reds are blues. I can mimic, I can change all that and then make it all better. So this is one thing, and you can see everything is nicely done. Yeah, so it's working. Another thing I wanted to do later on is probably increase the size of that display. Even though, I mean, looking at this now, I can just read this so easily, better than reading that. Which is I think a lot of people ask me about this. Again, sorry for the delay, but I think now this is doable. This is possible. You can literally have a display copied from the original system into your new system. So this is something people will like. I think is a good thing. The other bit I came across today, well, not today, just yesterday and today, working on this, is what is it? The source file or the source compilation. When I try to compile from the source into or recompile the source code, for some reason I'm getting an error now. I didn't have that 10 years ago. I need to research that, investigate, find out what's going on with the whole thing. Maybe I've done something stupid or something wrong, or maybe something over the years. I just really don't know. I need to find out what the issue with the source code I have for the operating system, recompile it, and then take it from there. So this is one thing I need to work on. The other bit is trying to top up the system or the existing system with commands that I can run. For example, I wanted to compile things like running, for example, GCC or any compiler. I think Korg has crippled the system so much that you really can't run anything on it. But I managed to do that. The challenge I have now is to kind of get the full-blown GCC installed on the system so I can take it from there. Right now I'm writing machine code, assembly language, and compiling it into machine code, and then kind of running it that way. So all the components that you're seeing here are fully machine code. Another thing I wanted to share with you as well is pretty much something I started working on. Let me just reboot the system for now. So if I Control Delete, I should, sorry, did I not press it? Should Control Delete and reboot soon. Not a problem. Yeah, I'll reboot it, that's fine. Do it that way. And yeah, go. Yeah, so the other bit I wanted to share with you is a different thing, is another thing I'm working on, is the back-end interfacing, and kind of pretty much allowing APIs to change the system and do stuff, better stuff that we have at the moment. It may not make sense and mean much, but when I show you what I'm about to show you now, it should all make sense. So let's just get back into the loading business. Oh, sitting down on the chair. All right, so running my stuff. Power up. Thank you very much. And we're doing the on time. Sorry. Now you're waiting for this. That's a frame buffer. Oh yeah, the other bit I picked up as well, the VM alloc, or the virtual memory allocation. I think the original operating system kind of loads up from a BZ image. When you look at it, you think, why the hell they done that? It's slower. It does other bits and pieces, which may slow the system down. Obviously, you know how slow it is, but when you look at the internal mechanics behind why and what do Linux, what Korg has done has reduced the amount of physical memory, or what's called the low memory, or the below 1 megabyte, which is below A000 segment. They lowered that down so that they load everything up in a higher memory, or call it the heap memory. And what they did is something called the VM alloc. The VM alloc is the virtual memory allocation for the high memory, and that loads up the system from above the 1 megabyte limit, or 1 gigabyte limit. Taking into the account, the system is 2 gigabytes in total when you buy it, when you purchase the system brand new. The loading of the system requires the runtime interface, or RTI, as actually Korg uses it, to load from 1 gigabyte onwards. So it requires a minimum of 1048 something gigabytes in total, and that, if you run a normal operating system, that will not work, because normal operating system, pretty much, as we all know, will kind of map the memory from the beginning to as high as possible in one go. Obviously, take out all the segmentation and the protected mode interfacing and all the rest of it. What Korg done in this case is put everything kind of like a flat mode. I don't know if you remember 20, 30 years ago, we had something called the quarter deck. Q-min memory managers and high-min managers and all that kind of stuff. There's something called the flat mode. I don't know if you remember well, anyway, let's not go there. It's too much technical. The main thing is, if you run RTI on a normal operating system, it will not work. You have to compile the kernel to start giving you 1 gigabyte free space for the VM to allocate the virtual memory, or the VM alloc on the top side, not the bottom side. That's the problem with the OS. So this is, I think, the other obstacle I have now. I need to recompile the interface, but my recompilation isn't working at the moment. So I'm gonna look into that and get it sorted out. Again, my problem is the time, but we'll sort something out. Anyway, the other bit I wanted to show you is so now we're going into the screen APIs, and notice in here, this is another file I wrote. It's called screen to Kronos, and if I press it, and that's what happens. Now, this basically isn't a gibberish. It is actually the screen from here. I just changed the some stuff on it and then chucked it down there, right? It is working, and basically it's just to show you that I can not only read from the system, I can even tell the system what to do now. And yeah, I think 10 years ago I've done some demo on, I think it's on YouTube now, one of the buttons in here you click and then it does something to the screen, so I can actually tap into it and find what it does. Similar stuff in here. I can now tell the system what to do, what to display on screen. You know, so it's you know, trying something again. There we go. And if I do this one more time, you can see the text is actually moving. Sorry. I'll just keep tapping something around. Anyway, this is it. So the text is moving, which indicates it's not just gibberish, but I can literally type on the screen. I can do some stuff. I can even, you know, funny enough, I can even draw my picture in there if you like. Seriously, I can. But I think the screen uses palettes, not a full 16 or 24 or 32-bit color. So if I put my face or my you know, horrible face in there, it will be only 256 colors over there maximum, which I think the palettes in here are 16 colors anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so this is what's been done so far, and I hope you like the changes that's been done. I'm just going to show you one more time the interfacing on let's just do a screen 2 better. Yeah, and the interface to show the display on an external screen. So is it doable? Absolutely. It's doable and it's fully working. And you know, just want to, if I do some stuff in here, it's just gonna hold the camera. It's just difficult to hold like that. So let's just hold it like this. Yes. And yeah, so if I, just to compare what's going on, yeah, I think that's a better way of looking at it. So if I do, you know, for example, cancel, and if I play with any of the sliders in here, just go up all of them up. You can see on the main screen, you know, it's taking about a second to load, right? But it works. So, you know, I can, it's working so well that I can even start touching my screen when I don't want to put my, you know, bloody fingerprints over there. But anyway, so this is my first thing I've done in 2 days of looking at this. And again, I just wanted to say sorry if I've taken 10 years of time to really have any time to touch the instrument. I am now, I wouldn't say I have full time, but I do have some time to spare, and it's something I just want to do. I just wanted to come up with something nice, and hopefully people might thank me for it. So someday well, I'm not gonna, let's just not go there. Anyway, have a good day and nice talking to you. So we'll thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.